little bit of grape, a little bit of honey. Dry. A little weak. Brown sugar note, but barely. Tart. Wow, that's boozy. Something greeny. But I don't know what. It's just it is green. I don't want to say grass, but almost bubblegum. Or sweet tarts. There is no saccharin in this. There is no artificial anything. There isn't even like granulated white sugar in this. There's honey and raisins. Brown sugar, raisin, honey. I can taste, being the one that picked the grapes. Brown sugar. Lots of brown sugar. Being the one that picked the grapes, I know for a fact that there's a few little green ones in there. And the sour tartness of an unripe grape is present in this. I know boutique wines, I don't think will have that, but my understanding is that you just put them all in. The raisin flavor is actually coming from the Noble Rot grapes. Oh, brown sugar and raisin. Reminds me of Vista. I worked at the bakery. I made cookies, sometimes oatmeal. 50-pound box that you have to cut open with the bag, and it's just raisin paste. It's just thick raisin. And you got to throw cinnamon in. And the cinnamon reminds me of brown sugar and vice versa. So this reminds me of oatmeal raisin cookies. That's pretty cool. Something I have yet to learn is really what the actual proper amount of maceration is necessary. And like they say, like it was AI answers, and I can't trust that, and I couldn't find any consistent answers. But it was saying something about like 20 pounds of grapes for a gallon of wine. I have not tried that to that small of an amount. I've always been trying to stretch. And this almost feels stretched like that. Like there's no way I can back sweeten this because I would have to add water. And it already has way too much water. And what I've been thinking about is doing a wine batch from store-bought grapes. Walmart has white, red, and black. And they're fat seedless grapes. And I think that I don't have the patience to peel grapes to do a white wine, but I could do like 20 pounds of black grapes and then, 1 gallon of final wine. I mean, it'll do, but it ain't as fine as I wanted it to be. It's tart. It's not bitter, but it is acidic, and it's very alcoholic. Probiotic. This yeast is active, although it's aged. This needs to mellow. I have yet to rack it, and that's part of. I need to do that. I think I'm going to add. I think I'm going to add honey. If nothing else, I can turn it into a grape mead by adding honey and allowing that to ferment. And it'll eventually reach a point of sugar saturation where you have the sweetness and you have the alcohol content to a certain point. But then the process kind of halts because there's too much sugar that it can suffocate the yeast. And at the same time, yeast only reaches a certain amount of alcohol. So to have it be nice and sweet and also fully fermented at the same time, find a balance of that and then mellow that for a while. I may have to do that because the honey is present, but it's not vocal at all. It's not there. Like I know it's there. I can taste a little bit of meatiness to it, but it's as dark and full-bodied as that is. That's even with time to settle. That's a tart sour wine. Honey is what that needs. I'll get to the bottom of it. It's almost a celery note. There were very few leaves, no twigs. Even the little like mini stemlets, I managed to get most of them off of those. So it was really grapes. So anything that is tree-ish or woody is going to be particulate matter that was in the blend and the seeds. I will be interested to see if a black grape seedless from the store has that. Because if it doesn't, that's what that is. And in order to render enough, man, I would really have to up like production on grapes to be able to do that, because you would have to get a wine press to get all the must out without the skins and the seeds going through. That's not cheap. I'm buzzing. That's pretty good. I don't want to just add sugar to it to try and sweeten it. It's so tart. Not like I just the acidity of it, and it's puckering the inside of my mouth. But there's almost no flavor profile to this. It is a formerly sweet, very alcoholic, tart, and I mean, honestly, it tastes almost exactly like the skins of the wild grapes. It is that kind of tart. You know what I could do is I could remacerate this wine. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. I'd have to start fresh. Some raisins and some black grapes. And a bunch of honey. Now at the end of it here, I guess I'm going to let that sit and have a cigarette. Oh, sweet. I'm going to let that kind of warm up and oxidate a little bit. I think I'm going to get my decanter out for the next glass, but I'm not doing that on the video. Or maybe I'll do that after. I don't know. Make a second one. I don't want to make a fool of myself. It's definitely got a grassy aftertaste, but not. It's almost flowery. There's no flowers in it. It's different. It's red. Red, something rosy. I wonder if it's just bouncing off the tobacco flavor on my tongue from smoking that. Grape notes. Now I'm getting the mead for sure. Honey's coming in. That it's the skins of the grapes in the aftertaste. That almost tasted fresh. Okay. Now I'm getting the grape juice. It's coming off of my salivary glands. I did videos where I went and picked grapes, and you'd hear me be like, It's like that, but just the faintest little bit. But for a second there, just a couple of times, my taste buds were like popping off, like almost as if I'd actually popped a grape in. Honey and brown sugar. Definitely the mead. Definitely the grape must flavor. Which, by the way, these grapes, their inside tastes so different from the ones you get at the store. I mean, I think that would still constitute a dessert wine. You could eat it with something really savory. I think it'd be good. And I think you could definitely cook with it. I look forward to adding a shitload of honey to this batch before I rack it, or as I do so. I look forward to that greatly because I think that's going to be an improvement. And I think it doesn't count as back sweetening because it's going to ferment. I think I got enough room. I can take this back up to 5 when I put it into the bucket, and the topping off will be super saturated honey water. Raisin brown sugar on the nose. No discernible flavor. I think I can taste the tannins. I also think that I probably had enough of this that my olfactories are starting to get away from really being sensitive on that. That's drinking Smirnoff Ice causes you to not be able to smell or taste what you're drinking. And that is just the tartness and the acidity. But I believe the flavor has waned. Yeah. So, I guess I'm turning this into a grape mead because that needs more flavor than what it's got. Or I need to mix up a batch of something else, ferment that, and then mix the two together. But in the meantime, I think that other one needs honey. All right, that's all I got for this. If you're still here, thank you for joining me. Yeah, this stuff does the trick, certainly.